Hey, so this is a review I had no plans to do tonight, but yeah, here I am. So yeah, Kyle, Death Knight of Anime here, bringing you guys my review of One Piece, chapter 961. Yeah, I'm assuming because My Hero Academia is on break that One Piece got ended up getting released early. I don't know. That's kind of my thought on it, or maybe it's the thing where or they pretty much or they wanted to release it early because tomorrow's Halloween. I don't know, but yeah, the fact that it was released like at least like pretty much I don't know like pretty much a day early, I guess. I don't know, just kind of surprised me. But yeah, anyway, okay, so One Piece chapter 961, and so big reveal at the end of the chapter is that we get introduced to Orochi's Origins as Yasui's vassal. And this is definitely a reveal that makes me realize that depending on how Oda paces this out, we're probably going to be in this flashback for a while, which is good though because this means we're going to get full disclosure on everything in regards to Odin in terms of like how he ended up leaving with Roger to how he ended up dying, and in between that, what the circumstances were that led him to be branded as someone who almost destroyed the world. And which the more I thought about it, the more I think I have an idea if this plays out the which in itself is kind of interesting, is a very interesting thing because as we see in the chapter, Odin himself, just from him, just from him, pretty much like from killing the, just killing the like from god of the mountain boar, like the boar that was considered the god of the mountain. He that was his first step towards being from just going from being hated to from just being admired. So it's so that in itself so that question itself, it raises the question of what happened in order for him to be branded as someone who almost destroyed the world when he had worked so much in order to gain the trust of people, whether intentionally or not. Um, and the more I thought about it, the more I think I have an idea of what happened. And if this plays out the way I think, then a long-standing mystery might be revealed, which is basically the Void Century, or at least the details of the island, or at least the details of what the island looks like, or something like that. Because it's a little out there, but that's the only explanation I can think of in terms of what in terms of what would in terms of what would pretty much go what would pretty much like pretty much what would pretty much what would pretty much cause Odin to go from Odin from going to pretty much being beloved in order to being like branded as someone who almost destroyed the world like that. And it's like I said, that it's the only thing that makes sense right now. So but yeah, I guess we'll just have to wait and to see how this plays out. But I'm almost certain. I'm almost certain that if this is gonna tell just the whole story in terms of how he ended up with, if this flashback is gonna tell Odin's full story, it would make sense that it would reveal that it might reveal something like that, almost. Um, now, the thing about Orochi's introduction into this flashback is that we're either gonna see how he became the man he is now, and the build up in order to what leads him from just usurping the throne, or of the shogun, or he's already planning something, and this from sniveling servant routine is just an act. But in either case, this already puts a lot of Orochi's actions thus far into greater perspective, and how just the tone of his reveal alone gives me very heavy leanings towards the idea that that from whatever Orochi's relationship was with basically Yasui Yasui and Odin in the past, something happened that put Orochi on a much more vengeful path. Because looking back on Yasui's execution now, with this reveal and looking back on Yasui's execution, you could definitely tell that was personal to him. Like it's with pretty much Orochi now. It's pretty clear he has a personal vendetta against against anyone tied with Odin. So it's the best I can. So the best I'm thinking right now is that something is going to be revealed in this flashback that pretty much that Topsy turned their relationship from being from just being friendly in order to being enemies, and in either now it was and in either scenario we're definitely going to see what that turning point was. But yeah, I think. But yeah, I'm definitely getting. There's the. It's definitely just from that, like, it's weird to say, but just definitely from that, like, from that reveal alone of basically Orochi in his younger years. It would just give us already such a malicious tone to his introduction that. Yeah, I'm thinking that there's a vengeance aspect to this in some way, or him vengeance aspect in some form or way here. Um, and yeah, largely outside of that, this chapter was focused on Odin killing the god of the mountain. But honestly, I gotta give credit to Kinemon too, because I think this event in broad strokes was just as much a turning point. Was just as much a turning point for him in the sense where it started Kinemon like down the path of becoming Foxfire Kinemon, just as much as it worked towards like is just as much as it was towards starting Odin on his path towards earning the title of Shogun. And that's the one thing I feel this chapter really got right, is that it's pretty like this chapter, and actually last week too, is that it characterized Odin as someone who never wanted things handed to him. He wanted to earn things. He wanted to earn it himself, whether intentionally or not. So that in itself already says that, yeah, he pretty much wants, like, and that's probably the reason as to why he was happy. Happy that his father disowned him. It gave him the opportunity in order to be his own man. Whether or not actually earning the title of Shogun was pretty much part of earning the title of Shogun was part of his plan is something else entirely. Because, yeah, from what we've seen of Odin, he really doesn't seem like someone who really had that kind of plan in place. But it should be interesting to see what's gonna lead him to pretty much gaining what's gonna like all the events up to this point all the events that are gonna lead him to that are gonna eventually lead to him pretty much basically replacing his father as Shogun. So yeah. I'm um and that's and also uh if the circumstances can be taken if the circumstances are correct in this chapter, then I kind of find it a little hilarious how the origin of Kinemon and Denjiro becoming the first of Odin's subordinates, eventually Red Scabbards, was really just them following him out of a pure fanboyish admiration for his abilities, on top of probably feeling a little indebted to him. I also like how this did give us a lot more into how much Kinemon actually does care for Suru, and how this event it, as we see it pretty much affected their relationship pretty much later in life with Suru, eventually going from Kinemon's best friend to his wife. Obviously this event, it did affect them in some way or form. Now now I want to talk about Denjiro for a bit here, because here's the thing about Denjiro for me. Taking a closer look at his appearance, he reminds me of someone very familiar, but I don't want to make a claim on who he could be yet until this flashback into the past is either over or we've reached the end, or reached or reached the end of Denjiro's like whole part in the story, because going off my dual perspectives theory of this flashback being told from more than one perspective, I get the feeling we will get a present timeline reveal of Denjiro either once this flashback is over, or whether or not he'll be revealed to be dead or alive is the biggest question in this, though, because like I said, Denjiro, he does share a similar appearance to someone we've pretty much all come to know, but I'm not 100% certain on that. I pretty much need the reveal itself in order to know for sure. But yeah, guys, that's my review. That's my review. If you enjoyed the video, like, comment, subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, Facebook, and Crunchyroll. Death Knight of Anime, signing off. Later, guys.